What's up, humans, and welcome to another Psicoactivo today. We have some breaking news. I know that yesterday we saw the 9 classifications of Skywatcher and what they're trying to do. A lot of people got a little bit confused because somehow they felt like Skywatcher was saying that these were all the classifications and all the shapes that existed. That is not true. They never said that. They just stated that they were presenting 9 classes. But historically, there's been a lot of researchers and a lot of people who have dedicated their lives to documenting every single shape that has been reported of UFO sightings. And it's like dozens of them. My brother gave me a book recently where they go through all the different shapes, their behavior, colors, whether they look organic or more mechanical, and I guess what Skywatcher is trying to do is just like make this more official and more mainstream. And they create a place where these classifications can be looked at from a more serious lens. At least that's what I'm gathering from this. But something that really caught my attention was that out of all the people that are like trying to tell stories and reporting on this and documenting all of this, the quote unquote bigwigs, some of them are not even acknowledging Jake Barber and Skywatcher. And I have to talk specifically about Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, who have a podcast named Weaponized. And they're basically the ones that made sharing videos of UFOs or UAP more mainstream because they've been doing it for a while now. They've released a number of them. Many of them were previously criticized and scrutinized, but I think that it must not be easy having that kind of material, knowing the source of the material, and knowing that you have to be really careful of how you release the material and the implications that that entails, because they have to double and triple check whether a video is free for release or not. Because if it's not, you can be breaking the law. So I know that they're like go through like a really exhausting vetting process, and when they feel confident enough, they release videos. And that's what they just did today, right after the Skywatcher event, where the Skywatcher crew presented a quote unquote jellyfish, but they were very specific that this jellyfish had nothing to do with the one that Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp presented before, that garnered a lot of criticism. The one that they released months ago did seem kind of mechanical, and the one that Skywatcher is talking about seemed a little bit more organic, if you can call it that. But today, right after what Skywatcher did, George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell made the decision to release a fresh new video from an incident in the San Diego coast from 2023. And Corbell presented this tweet that I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to read it to you. And then I'm going to show you a little clip of George Knapp talking about this alongside Jeremy on their latest Weaponized. But first, let's read what Corbell has to say. In 2023, the U.S. Navy encountered 4 Tic Tac shaped UAPs off the coast of California. Personnel from the USS Jackson in the CIC Combat Information Center filmed them. One of the vehicles of unknown origin was observed exiting the water, transitioning directly into flight, demonstrating transmedium capability. No flight control surfaces or conventional propulsion signatures, heat plumes, exhaust were detected. The UAPs executed an observed instantaneous synchronized departure. Operator, purpose, capability, origin, and intent are unknown. The craft remain unidentified. Get the full info at Weaponized, and this is the show that I'm gonna link in the description. But here are the like specific details: date, time, 15th of February, 2023 at 7:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Location: there are the coordinates: Warning area, Southern California coast. Vessel, the USS Jackson. Imaging platform, STAR Sapphire Multispectral ER or IR imaging system. Details: 4 Tic Tac shaped UAPs observed, 2 tracked and 1 highlighted in obtained FLIR footage. Craft detected by multiple reconnaissance platforms, including radar. No flight control surfaces or propulsion signatures detected. Craft were self illuminated, and one was observed exiting the water directly into flight, exhibiting transmedium capability. All craft were observed in an apparent coordinated, synchronized, and instantaneous departure, indicative of shared communication. Neither origin nor destination were able to be determined. Operator, purpose, capability, and intent remain unknown. Craft remain officially unidentified. And here it is. That's a Tic Tac, all right. And this is infrared, I think.
That shit took off earlier.
Another thing that I want to show you guys is this.
We know it's been happening since 2004, at least. We know it was happening in 2019. And we know that as recently as 2023, it was going on as well, because that's what we're about to get into, correct?
Yeah, so this is February 15th, 2023, warning area 291, which is just off the coast of California, right in that sweet spot, where a lot of the activity was seen on the West Coast. The platform that this is filmed on is the Star Sapphire, which is the same thing as the USS Omaha. The USS Jackson is the ship in 2023 in the Combat Information Center where this was filmed. So again, the Sapphire is it's a multi-spectral imaging system. So it's got FLIR. It's got, a couple different kind of imaging systems it has, but this is at night. So they're using FLIR. So basically in 2023, the U.S. Navy encountered 4 Tic Tac shaped UAP off the coast of California. One is kind of featured because that's what it punches into in this footage. And it's personnel from the USS Jackson in the Combat Information Center that filmed it. One of the vehicles of unknown origin was observed exiting the water. So we'll talk about that. Not on the camera. This is how it got sighted in the first place. They're up on the bridge and someone sees a craft come up out of the water, almost like doing a systems check, just slowly rising up out of the water.
I'm going to leave the entire video in the description. It's like a 27-minute video, but I wanted to show you guys what Jeremy is describing. And the fact that George Knapp said that they know it was happening in 2019 as well. And I can confirm that because I've been looking into Tic Tac UFO case that happened in one of these vessels that is very famous in 2019. And I am in contact with one of the people that were on the vessel, but we're gathering more data so we can potentially, if convincing enough for me, because I'm still looking a lot into it, we can release a video talking about it. And hopefully we can get someone from that vessel on that date who can talk about the sighting that from firsthand experience. Obviously, these cases are always scrutinized by everybody. We know that the 3 videos that were released in the 2017 New York Times article are very similar to what we saw here. And we know the type of sensors that are used to record these videos. It remains really difficult to get through the classification levels that exist, preventing from more clear videos or footage to be released to the public. Something that I do want to point out is that there seems to be 2 different efforts going on right now. The fact that Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp don't really talk about Skywatcher is something that I find really interesting. They don't talk about it much. And they also have their whole Immaculate Constellation case still going. And they've said recently that more information about that is going to come forward soon. I hope it's soon. I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think about that? Why do you think Corbell and Knapp don't really talk about Jake Barber and Skywatcher? It's interesting to note. I don't know. Maybe they have reservations as well. I don't know. But let me know what you think about the Tic Tac video that they just released. You can replay it. I'm going to leave links in the description for everything. Do you think this helps keep moving the conversation forward? Do you think this can help? Do you think it's just more of the same? Let me know in the comments. If you like the content you see, I'm going to ask you to please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can get notified when a new video drops. If you want to support the channel in any other way, you can become a member. You can follow us on KGRA. You can also pick a link down below. Every help you send our way is always appreciated. So thank you, as always. And that's it for me today on this video. But let me know what you think about this new Tic Tac. Thank you for your support. Remember, stay curious. Stay inquisitive. Bye.